Hello everyone, my name is Ida Sana binti Aziz. My mentor number is 264752. I will present about the case 5, which is that for the CFO, should Pfizer acquire Allergan? This is the executive summary for the case 5, which is Pfizer is a pharmaceutical business founded in New York in 1849. Pfizer headquarters is in New York. Pfizer annual revenue is almost 15 billion and footprints in over 100 countries. Pfizer business now included medication, including Viagra, the pain drug, Lyrica, and Prevnar. Allergan was formed in 2013 in a merge of two large pharmaceutical companies, 21,600 employees with 13.1 billion revenue in 2014 and a commercial footprint in over 16 countries. Allergan was legally domiciled in Ireland by the headquarters in New Jersey, which is US. Allergan portfolio of pharma business and product included brands such as Botox and the Alzheimer drugs Namenda. Frank D'Amelio, who is the chief financial officer of Pfizer, need to prepare a recommendation about whether to proceed with or stop the merge. Only had less than a week to either formally agree to proceed with a merge or walk away. Formalizing the agreement means activating a US 400 million breakup clause that would make it costlier to call the deal off later. The major problem in these cases is Frank D'Amelio, who is the CFO of Pfizer, is in dilemma regarding the recommendation to merge Pfizer with Allergan for the purpose of tax planning. The problem statement is the first one, Pfizer revenue declined for the past few years, which is based on the consolidated statement of income, it showing significant decrease in revenue from 2012 to 2014. The revenue in million for 2012 is 54,657. In 2013 is 51,584 and in 2014 is 49,605. The stock price have been relatively flat since the net income attributable to Pfizer is decreased. As a result, the investors were growing restless. The second problem statement is there are law and regulation that must be followed by multinational company, MNCs, which is the tax rates differ across country result both challenges and opportunity for company. Company might have to pay additional tax in their country of residence since it's depending on tax rule in their country of residence. The highest corporate income tax rates is in the world is United States, which is the result company repatriated from a foreign country to its country of residence. The causes of the first problem is because the US pharmaceutical and biotech industry were growing rapidly and experiencing intensifying competition. Pfizer deal with the competitive position among other global pharmaceutical giants. The bargaining power is high since the product that offered by Pfizer is undifferentiated. This is because the number of buyers is less compared to the other supplier. The, there are multiple substitutes available in the market. The second causes of the problem, which is problem 2, is because of political factor, the government regulation that influence business operation positively and negatively. This factor may be impending legislation, political stability, and changes that affect the business operation. The precaution applied to avoid MNCs to act unethically, especially when it comes to pay tax. Some large MNCs used to reduce their tax liability, where it is considered to be unfair and immoral. The theory, model, and framework that I use in these cases is the first one is tax planning. The tax planning is activity undertaken by the company to reduce tax liability by making optimum use of all permissible allowance, deduction, and so forth. In other words, the company is making use of all beneficial provision and relaxation provided in the tax law. The second theory is IFRS 3, which is the business combination. The business combination offer an added level of complexity to the reporting of deferred tax. It is important to determine the tax basis so that we can know the temporary difference that may arise. The temporary difference may result in deferred tax asset, which is DTA, or deferred tax liability, which is DTL, to the company. The decision and criteria and alternative solution in these cases is in the time for implementation. For the change tax resident to a country with a lower tax rate, it fulfills the law and regulation governing tax residency, and the tangible cost is high legal cost, and the management might refuse to accept since change tax residency is challenging. The second is merging with a company that a resident of low tax rate country, which is for the time implementation, it is enough fine to pay for the acquisition cost, but the tangible cost is also high, and the management will easily to accept since this solution had the potential to reduce the tax. The third one is transfer pricing strategy that shift income to country with lower rate, which is for the time implementation when the sale of goods or services have been made between parents and subsidiary, and it is also a high repatriation cost, and the management will refuse to accept since the tax saving only lasts until profit were repatriated. The decision criteria and alternative solution. For the alternative one, the pros for using this solution is Pfizer wide tax rate will drop, but the cons is required to follow the law and regulation. This is very challenging for the company. The second alternative is lower tax rates on Pfizer international operation and income tax saving, but the cons is merge will be affected by the new policy made by the politician. The third is alternative three, which is the pros is enable company to shift profit to the lower tax for foreign subsidiary, but the profit will become locked into the low tax country, and the tax rates differ across the country. The recommended solution in these cases is Pfizer need to merge with a company that's a resident of low tax rate country, which is Allergan. The justification on this recommendation is because to improve Pfizer financial performance, and Allergan is a Irish tax residency, which is Irish does not tax foreign profit, where foreign earned profit are not subject to repatriation tax. And the third is competitive position among other global pharmaceutical giants. The alternative solution is the first one, joint venture with other companies so that Pfizer can improve their performance by combining the resources on a project or service. The second one is utilize another types of tax planning so that Pfizer could pay low tax liability. The tax saving income could be used to do something else, such as doing the research and development to increase the quality of their services and product. The implementation of recommended solution is the first one to identify the acquirer. The second one is to determine the acquisition date. The third one is to recognize asset, liability, and non-controlling interest. And the fourth one is recognize goodwill. The conclusion is Pfizer can increase its market share because the new company gains a larger market share and get ahead in the competition. The second one is Pfizer can reduce their cost of operation because the investment on assets are now spread out over a larger output. This will lead to the economic scale. That's all for me. Thank you for spending your time. Thank you.